Hi, David. If I'd known you was off today, you could have come and joined me. Rachel is not with me today. On my own. That's fine. That's fine. I was going to start early and then I got distracted, and then only because I'm going to be priming mainly. Oh, you're not off, you're right. Well, right, okay. We'll give you that one. Found this box. They were jewellery box. They were £3 in Tesco's, reduced. So I thought, oh, something we can play with. Oh. Right, that's what I'm going to do quickly. Biggest brush. Might not get to do the inside today, but we'll certainly do the outside. No idea what I'm doing, although I do have one of the Zuri molds, one of the seamless borders. So far I've got. Don't know whether I'm gonna. I don't know. We'll see. See how I feel. Sometimes when you see something and you see how it goes. Do have the Finnabair mold, so I could use those. Hello. Oh, we have a Facebook user. Hi, Jean. Jean, my love. I've had your parcel returned to me. We'll have a chat after. Hi, Sue. Hi, Peggy. I am all by myself. Yes. No Rachel's bounce off today, so I have to keep the conversation flowing, which is hard when you're on your own, to be honest, especially if you're like me and, you know, don't talk that much unless I'm with that shows how comfortable I am with you all, because I do talk a lot when I'm on here, but usually not so much. This is going on like a dream. This is the Stamperia primer. Really good coverage as well, actually. That's good. I know. Oh, that's terrible. You must have a little letterbox or something, because you know it was only a letter size, but it was a large letter. So, oh, keep still. The brush is taller than my camera. There we are. Primed. Well, the top layer is anyway. So this mould, as you can see, is a bit well worn and there's lots of bits of old Daz in there. I'm not sure if I can get it out. Let's have a look. Because I did try it, but it seems to be too sticky to take the hearty clay. So it'll teach me for not cleaning my moulds. That's fine. What we'll do is just put a bit of mica powder in there, or cornstarch if you. I never use mica powder, so you can use it for that. Might be able to, with mica powder, if it comes out nice, you can just leave it on there without painting your clay. Oh yeah, that's a bit much. Hey, no. It's strange that. My son's supposed to be making me a cuppa, but I don't know if he has. Oh, yeah, the bathroom door go. That's probably why. Hello, I'm live. Thank you. What's my husband returning? His little golfing expedition. Oh, just some very old mica powder. I was hoping it would stop it sticking, but I don't think that's working. Still a bit sticky. Where the old Daz clay was. Okay, that's not too small for the top of this. Oh, that looks perfect, perfect, perfect. Might even work, without painting it as well. You can get away with that. Ooh. I'm going to try with Lindy's next. We could try it with Magic House. Made me think now, no. Right, so I've got to figure out, it's stuck there for some reason. There's probably still a bit of Daz clay or something in it. I've got a little picker. I can't quite see. I don't recommend picking the patterns of these, but I can see where it's stuck. Probably a old bit of sticky resin in there or something. The tea and crumpets. Yes, indeed. Tea and crumpets. Yeah, it might work if it's Daz clay, but it's not going to work if it's resin. I'll need alcohol wipes on it. Let's get some more of this powder. Might even be this powder as well, because God knows how old it is. Maybe at least 4 years old. Not that it'll make any difference, I don't suppose it's powder. The tea and crumpets are shakers though, aren't it? They know this time. Rather than thank you very much. Coffee is a raw. Don't think I've got enough. You shall see. Maybe. Oh, maybe that's a work in progress, no. Eventually. Yeah, it's definitely sticking in other places now as well, so my mold definitely needs a good clean. That's okay. We're probably the one I've used the most. That's why it's it's a bit skewy, but hey, I'm not bothered. Fix it up as it goes, and it'll shrink a bit. You can see where it's stuck. No worries. Hello. But even better to yeah. Good idea. That would be cool. Although I expect they're, they're probably a different composition. I don't know. What do I know? Oh, that's not good. But I was going to have a cat hairy piece because it fell on the floor. But there we are. What's everybody up to today? Rachel's off gallivanting. Dog sitting. If the weather stays nice, I might end up in the garden. It looked like it was going to rain earlier, so I won't finish off my pruning, not pruning, but digging up the weeds. Weeding, that's the word. Stuck again. Don't need too much to complete that corner bit. Right, should have enough just to finish the end piece. I'm just making sure all the edges are filled. This as flat as it possibly can be with hearty clay. It does dry rather quick. That should be enough to file off the end. Don't stick, don't stick. My fault for not drying the clay a little bit. I think that would have helped. No, patience is not my virtue. I do not do patience. Not when it comes to crafting, anyway. To here and now. No, it's just too sticky. Too sticky. So I'm just drying it out a little in my hands because they're hot. Right, there's my brush gone. There's my pack gone. Because if you let it, the air dry clay dry a little bit, it doesn't stick as much because it's, you know, it sticks to itself, which is unusual in a clay. If any of you try the Stamperia clay, it's a paper-based clay and it doesn't stick to itself. Like with this, I can fold it back and then start again, but you wouldn't be able to do that with Stamperia, which is why I prefer this one. Right. That's better. Come out nicely that time. There we are. I should have enough for 4 sides. Now what am I going to do? Do I paint? Do I use a rice paper? Mica has got everywhere. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Let's have a look what rice papers we got that will go nicely with that now. So if we think along the golden lines. Hi, Anya. Voice papers. What have we done with those? I think that would have gone nice, but it's Jewel Box's landscape. These are all kind of portrait. I know some of these are retired now. That one is completely retired. There is one on the website. That one's retiring. I think he's going to be too big for the box. That one's retired. These are retiring. Stumperia ones from Atelier. Oh, Pink Christmas. No, we don't want to do Pink Christmas, do we? It's a bit early, a bit early. Oh, ow. Maybe so. Oh, hello. Oh, black and gold. Yeah, right, we're doing that one. Didn't take me long. Probably because it's not my favourite paper, and I was thinking, what am I going to do with it? No. Just never know. Right. Where am I going with this? I'm going to miss the castle out of it. Part of her dress. I think that's fine. That'll do. Yes, no. Good idea. It's slightly bigger than what it is, just in case. Because these are rounded corners, I'm debating whether to, push it all the way around the edge. Make it easier. This one's DQRP 0135. It is, and as long as you don't want the castle in it. If you've got a bigger box, you might get the castle in. For £3, this box was going to be a must. Yeah. I'm just going to snip out corners a bit. Might be in the wrong place when I do that, but we'll see. And we can always blend in what's short or missed. I can't quite see that one. Well, hello, Gabby. Yeah, see, a little corner will peek through, but that's okay because we can blend that one in. Ah, that's probably why. Look. It's a little bit skewy. Teach me. Looking for a fallen angel. And I think decoupage can do a lot of angels, but fallen one, I'm not quite sure. Okay, I'll just fold him in. Maybe over that way. That way. I can't see if it's straight. That's my problem. Oh dear. Not the dreaded internet issues. They're not good, are they? Right, I'm gonna move this before I start making a mess of it. I don't know what's happened to my paper towels. Everything seems to be missing. Paper towels, yeah, and paper towels, where did they go? It's a big thing. Why I can't find it, I don't know. It'd have to be on some paper. They'll dry a bit quicker if they're on paper. Paper towels are best. I'm not sure if this will actually stick to it because it's got its own glue. Just have to keep turning them. Okay, they're drying on a flat surface now, so I feel better now. We'll have a bit more room. Right, make sure the box is the right way up, Leanne. Right, okay. You know what happens there. Okay. Get a bit more of that. I always use those butterflies on the bottom. Could even mimic, you know, this paper there. So we haven't lost the castle. We have a sort of an image that it's still there. And they're somewhere else rather than in front of the castle, if that makes sense. Oh, maybe I have to get another one. Blend it out. We'll just blend it out the other three sides. Fine, fine. We've got it. We've got it. You do? I wasn't so fussed when I first got it. I wasn't quite sure, you know, anybody would like it. It's grown on me. It's probably because I'm not a horsey person. There we go. Forgot to add that. Right, decoupage glue. Let's start with that. A brush. Brushes. Just going on those edges as well, especially if you're going to pull it down. Okay. Yep, we're in. I'm just brushing from the inside out, if there's any bubbles there. This brush seems to be, I couldn't have washed the glue out properly. Naughty girly. Nope, doesn't look like it's bubbled up. That's good news. Because it's quite thick paper, it doesn't tend to bubble as much as one would think. Very forgiving, as I keep saying. Just going to fold in those corners. I'm not worried, you know, about that, because when you put the molds on, it will cover all these corners and bits. It's not going to be an issue. And that seems to be the only corner that I cut short. I'll blend it in later. Let's try that. I thought I'd scraped the paper, but I just realised this is rains. Oh dear. Or a div. There you go. Okay. So, fine. Decoupage glue. Now we need some water-based deck varnish. So this will get your first coat. Also, if you have an accident and get some paint on it, you'll be able to wipe it off. Whereas if you don't wipe it off, if you don't protect it now, when you go to put your paint on, you won't be able to wipe it off. Does that make sense? Now we need another brush. Right. Oh, brush is too big. Maybe we could have done some crackle. I'm sure I got two-step crackle here somewhere. I think I used the one-step crackle last time. Yes. Obviously gave the result it should have, but it wasn't the one I was looking for, so maybe do it on this one. The only trouble is when you do crackle, especially when there's faces, sometimes the crackle gets in the wrong place and it may look a bit messy. Let me see if I can find one to show you. Well, that's dry. So this, you can see a face, but it's crackled in the wrong place. Poor thing. I think I still got some of this paper there as well. This was from about 2 years ago. You just quickly dry it off and then put another coat on. Make sure it's completely covered. I'll smooth the brush because that was awful. I'm just going in the other direction now just to, yeah, because I can see I've missed bits. This is the water-based Pent Art matte varnish. You can use the glossy one as well if you wanted to, but or the silk. Silk's nice. Okay. Dry that one up. Not ideal to put this on now, but because it will shrink. So the choice is keep it as it is. Bend those corners a bit. Might be better. Rather than have the edges pointed. I mean, most of these are all rounded, so it makes sense to round the corners. Trouble is, that's going to shrink. So although it be around the corner, it'll probably shrink past that. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Whichever way it goes, it's going to shrink. We know that. Bye, David. See you soon. Oh dear. Do I paint it or don't I? I think I might paint it black. The reason I'm using the hearty is to keep the jewellery box light, because it's going to be really heavy if you've got jewellery in there. And with the clay, like the Daz clay, the Plus, or the what's the other one? One I got in the shop. I can't think of the word, begins with J. Oh no. Anyway, they're heavy. So I'm using heavy body gel. Actually, I have a bit of thin that left. Use that one. I have quite a lot left. Opening a new one. That should hold it nice and steady. Hi, Sarah. There you go. So, just gonna check that that's straight. Not straight as ever it'll be. Try not to go to the edge, because where the box will go open and closed all the time, you might cause some issues. So I'm pretty glad I did pull that all the way down, so it covers that corner, saves us colouring it in later. My voice seems to be going. Hi, Jules. Oh, thank you. Bit hit and miss some days, mine, but we see. Right, where's that gone? Because it's air dry clay, I would recommend leaving it until it's completely dry. The only issue you will get is when it shrinks, it's not going to go, when it dries, it's not going to go around the corners. And when it does, how can I explain it? The best results you'll get is letting it completely air dry, because it is air dry clay. But as I'm going to paint it, I mean, it'll probably take a bit longer. Might not completely cure. Who knows? Right, because these are seamless, they should match up Should match up. Good idea. Put some round band in. Right, where are we? There we go. So I've just pushed it around. It's stretched around the corner a bit, but you know what? Not to worry. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do down the bottom yet. Whether just to, who knows? What are we going to do? I'm going to go the opposite way now so that the seam is in the back. I'm putting this on quite thick, but not blobby, because you have to push the blobs down. And then, because it's soft clay, you'll get rid of the pattern. Right. That should fit. That's there. Oh no, it's tiny. Yes. And it's going to shrink a bit. Could have put a little buckle on the back or something. I'm going to take the inside out of that with my scalpel. See if we can fit that in. Pull that away a bit. Just the right way. Oop. As I said, it's going to shrink a bit. So it doesn't matter if it's a little. Oh, that's upside down. That's why. Silly mouse. The two edges are wet, so I'm just very carefully blending them in a bit. Like knitting them together. They might seep apart again because of the shrinkage, but at least it won't look too out of place. Oh, well, that looks. I mean, if you wanted to, you could always put, you know, sort of like a buckle or something on the back to give it that more. How's that looking? Probably a bit more noticeable because of the mica powder. Almost fallen down with that. There you go. We've done a little bit more. Well, Mod Podge. So I've been kind of looking into this because I often somebody asks a question on a group or something, and they all say Mod Podge, and I thought, well, what do they know different to me then? So I've been looking at this as a glue. It says paper or fabric, smooth out air bubbles and wrinkles. That means it's quite wet. As a sealer, it dries in 20 to 30 minutes between coats. This is not an all-purpose sealer. Sealer for decoupage projects. And then it says quick finish, apply smooth thin coat. And then there's a build-up finish. Apply at least 5 coats, allowing 20 to 30 minutes between coats. Wet sand with grit paper, smooth, wipe dry, polish with steel wool, then a damp cloth, and then let dry. And then you can get the textured finish when you dab. So this is probably why people get a tacky finish, because it's not absolutely. Sue's got it in one there. So I was looking for something else, and it did say that it takes 4 weeks to cure. 4 weeks. There you go. Cure time, 4 weeks. And that's why it stays sticky. So although it's got its place in decoupage, I wouldn't use it at all as a sealer. As a glue, yeah, maybe, but not as a sealer. Oh, hang on. There we go. So my interpretation of Mod Podge is not the same as else's. I've been using the decoupage glue from Pentart. We also use let's have a look. What have I done with it? The Velo glue from Stamperia, that's quite good. It's still sticky after a year. Oh my gosh. So what are the instructions on this one? Oh well. Hang on. According to this, it's a glue and a finishing varnish in one. It says it's waterproof, but I'm not entirely sure of that because it's water-based. So I wouldn't like to try that. Which is why I always go over with the water-based varnish. Same again, it's still water-based. But I mean, this is not sticky at all. No stick. Once it's dry, it's waterproof, yeah, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. If you're going to use something like you know, the tray that I did, there's no way just a water-based sealant is going to fix it. It would either need to be what do you call it? Well, it depends. If you're going to use it for heat, it needs to be heat sealed. So maybe a resin or a very thick yacht varnish or something. Especially if you're going to use things on coasters and things like that, you need some sort of heat-proof mechanism. I'm not sure if the pouring glaze will work like that. It should. This is a high gloss varnish. Anyway, are we going to try the crackle varnish? Anybody else want to see the crackle, two-step crackle? I don't know if I've got any up here. After lunch, sorry. Sorry, just checking if I've got any I don't think I have. So let's go downstairs and get it. You let me know. Do you want? Yes, yeah. Oh gosh, right. Okay. Let me go and get it. It'll be 2 ticks. My husband intimated that I should run up the stairs after running down it. That wasn't going to happen. No. Okay. So we have fine line crackle varnish. So this is my favourite. Imitating cracks of old porcelain, which is what I wanted to do on the one I did last week. Right. Nice and easy. So 2 components. So the difference this crackle paste, if you've got two acrylic paints together, you pop this one off, pop this one on, and they will split and you'll see the colour underneath. So that is with the crackle paste. You'll see whatever's underneath. Because this has got the one step, the first step is the colour underneath. The second one will split. So you've still got that base layer. So when you put, I don't know if I got any up here. Yes. When you put the antique paste on, it will sit between the top and the bottom layer. There you go. So we shall play. I haven't got the little ones, I've only got the big ones in. Because by the time I'd started running out of the big ones, I bought the little ones in. And by the time the big ones came, the little ones sold out. It's like, oh. So now we've got large ones but no small ones. Oh. All right. Oh, thanks, Sue. You're a darling. Right. I'm going to leave that to dry now. Try not to play. Could have waited till I'd done the sides as well, but you know what? That's very true, Astrid. Very, very true. The trouble is, when they buy the small one, they feel like, oh, I wish I found the big one. And the small ones don't last that long. They're only, well, they're this size as compared to that size, you know. I'm like the look of them. Also, it's going to be a bit mucky. Got a bubble there or something. I don't know what it is. That'll be fine. still tacky, so it's still a bit wet. So you can see from the heat, it's already starting to split. But you know, later when it's all done, you can just, you know, use a little bit more to fill in the gaps. Yes, it will keep shrinking, but too bad. And just keep filling in. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to do the next layer. Feels okay. Exactly, so once it's shrunk, then do it. So I'll just keep on shrinking. Shrinking. Okay, we're on layer 2. I mean, obviously, I might not get the results straight away. Nice soft brush. So the thickness of this one will depend on the size of your crackle. I'm putting it on quite thick because I want the crackles quite big, especially around our face. So if you notice, I went long ways the first time, and now I'm going went that way first. Obviously, the thicker it is, the longer it'll take to dry. So I'm just gonna go a little bit thinner around the everything else. Hi, Kay. I haven't seen you for ages. You okay? Okay, so let's see. I mean, my best results for this is to put it close to a radiator and let it dry. Because I usually do it in the winter. It's in the summer now, so I'm not sure where the heat from, you know, just normal room temperature will work. But if you do have trouble getting it to crack, I do recommend putting it near a heat source, like a radiator, and just leave it overnight. But we're going to attempt to see what it does. Just drying it this way. You're not going to get the best results with that way. We shall see. You see a kind of skin going over it right now. I don't want to burn it, so I'm just keeping turning it. What is it? Oh, it's because it's shiny, I expect. I certainly don't want it to burn. It's only paper after all. You can see the skin has formed on the top now, so it should start cracking. Yep, I can just see it cracking there now. You see her face is going to take the longest because that's where I put the fixed amount. Yeah, I can see the cracks forming now. Yep, see them? Probably a trick of the light, Peggy. Trick of the light. That's from my cuppa now. Yep, she started bubbling up. Probably made an error by not doing it the same on her face as everywhere else. It's bubbling up. I mean, I don't know. Definitely looking good. Yeah, this is my favourite crackle of all time. I mean, I don't think our face is quite ready yet. It is starting to crackle, but see, there's a bubble, and if I push it too far, that bubble keeps popping up. I mean, the air will release once it cracks, but so I don't think it's quite dry yet. Ah, there it goes, I think. Yeah. Wait for it to cool a bit. What can I use to cool that now? Still quite hot. Ooh, heat coming out of that. There we go. It's still hot, but it's a hand touch. So you know, with using the antique waxes, where it's white, you could use the dark, and where it's dark, you could use the white. But I'm just going to go all over with the bronze. And yet again, I've got. Do you know where my paper has gone? I'm going to dry paper. Yes, I have. Look. Hey, Jess. Just gonna hold over. Oops. It's very subtle because it's you know, a porcelain look. I'm pretty sure. Decoupage Queen's got this in store if you're in the US. It's very subtle, this one. I don't know. Very, very subtle. But it's like it says on the tin, it's like porcelain cracks. I was worried that her face would end up getting mishmashed, but it's not too bad. Let's push that one back. Again. Oh, I've missed him a bit, I think. Gold would be nice as well on this, but I don't know if I got the gold up here. As you can see, because it doesn't look as good on the light colour as it does on the dark. Well, you can't really see. It looks like white. But it's not white, it's bronze. The chameleon one is quite soft, so I don't know if that'll work. Anyway, if you wanted it less subtle, you could go for the gold, or because this one's particularly dark, you could go for the white antique paste. So you've got the metallic wax paste, which is the harder one, which you would use on the edges or, on the to bring out the highlights of the molds, etc. So that's the harder one, but this one is like super soft to fill in the cracks. I have tried it with a harder one. Oh my gosh, yeah, doesn't quite work. What's the time now? It's 3:30. So maybe I'll finish it there, because that's all I'm going to do is prime it all black, or maybe just paint it all black, and then there'll be some bronze on there. That'll be that. Nothing much to watch other than listen to me for another half hour drivelling on. Oh, I'd be happy too. Starting to get hungry though. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and learned something different for a change. And now you know that the crackle will work with your heat gun. Just be careful you don't burn it, because it will bubble really quickly. Not to keep the heat on it for a long time. Okay, so we'll see you next week. I think Rachel's with us next week. Not sure. Oh, thank you, Peggy. You're welcome. See you all next week. Bye.